very warm welcome to each one of you. I am your hostess, Jyotsna Morris, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the listing ceremony of Allcargo Global Limited, the world's #1 LCL consolidator. Mumbai is a city whose rise was closely linked to maritime trade, ports, cotton exports, and global commerce. In many ways, the growth of India's capital markets and the growth of India's trade and logistics ecosystem have gone hand in hand. Today, as Allcargo Global connects businesses, markets, and geographies, it is especially meaningful to mark this milestone at the iconic BSE, Asia's oldest stock exchange and an enduring symbol of India's financial progress. As we commence today's proceedings, let us first pay tribute to the nation that has made journeys such as ours possible. May I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, everyone. Please do take your seats. Every time we sing the national anthem, we are reminded of the pride we feel as Indians and of the remarkable progress our nation continues to make. That same spirit of aspiration and achievement is reflected in the story of the Allcargo Group, one of India's largest homegrown logistics multinationals, a testament to the belief that Indian enterprises can create a lasting impact on the global stage. From its beginnings in a newly liberalized India, Allcargo steadily expanded across logistics verticals, building a diversified global presence and connecting businesses across continents. Having embarked on a journey of strategic restructuring a few years ago, Allcargo Global Limited was formed following the demerger of Allcargo Group's international supply chain business. Allcargo Global, along with its wholly owned global subsidiary, EQ Worldwide, is the world's largest LCL consolidator, offering diversified logistics solutions. Allcargo Global connects businesses, markets, and supply chains to a globally integrated logistics ecosystem built on agility, reliability, operational excellence, and superior digital innovation. With over 3 decades of expertise and a global network spanning more than 200 of our own offices in over 60 countries and over 2,400 trade lanes, we have established a strong global network spanning less than container load, FCL, air freight, and diversified logistics solution. As we celebrate this milestone today, it is only apt that we begin in a manner that reflects our traditions and values. To mark the commencement of this special occasion on an auspicious note, may I invite our beloved founder and chairman, Mr. Shashi Kiran Shetty, along with Mrs. Aarti Shetty, non-executive director, Allcargo Global and Allcargo Logistics, who leads Allcargo Group CSR Ram Avashya Foundation, Mr. Adarsh Hegde, Allcargo Global's managing director, and Mrs. Priya Hegde, PP Shetty sir and Shobha ma'am, and of course the next generation taking the torch forward, Shloka Shetty and Nishika Hegde, Director Trans India Real Estate Limited, to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. Could I please also ask Mr. Rudresh Kunde a representative of the BSE, Chief of Policy Strategy, to please join us as well for the lamp lighting.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्
In Indian tradition, the lighting of the lamp signifies the triumph of wisdom, hope, and the beginning of a promising new chapter.
ज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्
Thank you, esteemed dignitaries, for illuminating the celebration and setting the stage for the journey ahead. With this auspicious beginning, may I now invite our dignitaries to the dais. Mr. Shashikaran Shetty, Founder and Chairman, Allcargo Group. Mr. Adarsh Hegde, Managing Director, Allcargo Global. Mr. Kaivan Kalyaniwala, Chairman, Allcargo Terminals. Mr. Deepak Shetty, Director, Allcargo Global. Mr. Dinesh Lal, Director, Allcargo Logistics. Professor Mahendra Kumar Chauhan, Director, Allcargo Terminals. Mr. Puneet Mishra, President and Chief Business Officer, Allcargo Group. And Mr. Rudresh Kunde, Chief Product Policy and Strategy at BSE, to kindly take your seat. May I request this league of extraordinary gentlemen to kindly take the dais. Is that enough? We counted. Could I please request Mr. Adarsh Hegde to felicitate Mr. Rudresh Kunde, Chief Product Policy and Strategy at BSE. Could I please request Mr. Adarsh Hegde to felicitate Mr. Rudresh Kunde?
Yes, sir. Front, sir. Front, yeah.
Okay, good. No, All right, could I please request Mr. Adarsh Hegde to also felicitate?
You have to give that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's a memento from BSE to Allcargo. Could I now request Mr. Adarsh Hegde to please felicitate our beloved founder and chairman, Mr. Shashikaran Shetty. Next, could I please request Mr. Adarsh Hegde to felicitate Mr. Deepak Shekti, Director of Allcargo Global. Thank you so much. And up next, we have Mr. Hegde, you still have to wait on stage. Could I request you to please felicitate Mr. Kaivan Kalyaniwala, Chairman, Allcargo Terminals. And now, it's time to felicitate Mr. Dinesh Lal, Director, Allcargo Logistics. And now it's time to felicitate Professor Mahendra Kumar Chauhan, Director, Allcargo Terminals. And of course, the President of IMC as well. Professor Mahendra Kumar Chauhan is not just our Director, but also the President of IMC. And now, finally, we felicitate Mr. Puneet Mishra, President and Chief Business Officer, Allcargo Group. Yeah.
And Vijay and just to come on the stage.
Okay, but we give them memento as well?
You have?
We do, but I just have to check. So we just invite them right away? Oh, sure. Okay, Aarti.
Priya, Shobha, Vijay,
Vijay.
and Manish.
Okay. And wait, we do have one more felicitation left. Could I please request Mr. Puneet Mishra to felicitate Mr. Adarsh Hegde?
Our heroes behind the scene.
While we have felicitated this league of extraordinary gentlemen, I think it's time to felicitate the heroes behind the scene. May I please call upon Mrs. Aarti Shetty, Mrs. Priya Hegde, Shobha ma'am, Vijay and Manish onto the stage. Sorry? And of course, Mr. Prabhakar Shetty. This is a very special moment. May I request Mr. Adarsh Hegde to kindly felicitate our guests on the stage. Mr. Vijay. Mr. Manish. Okay. Mrs. Aarti Shetty, the lady behind it all. Shobha ma'am. And of course, Mr. P.P. Shetty. And of course, I think this is the best one, Mrs. Priya Hegde. Yes, we are felicitating Mr. Vijay currently. Thank you. Could I also please invite Mr. Praful Chajin, who is on our board as well? Could we have a memento and flowers for Mr. Praful Chajin? Could I please call on the leadership of Allcargo Group, Ketan, Suresh, Indrani, Vasant sir. Please make your way up to the stage. This is our Allcargo moment. Bipin, Ashutosh. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on stage. And now, let us proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, every successful organization is ultimately defined by its people, leadership, and purpose. As we celebrate the listing of Allcargo Global Limited, let us take a moment to reflect on the vision that has brought us to this important milestone and the opportunities that lie ahead. To begin, it is my privilege to invite the visionary who laid the foundation for this remarkable enterprise, our beloved founder and chairman, Mr. Shashikaran Shetty, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank the BSE leadership team for giving us this opportunity and accepting the listing of Allcargo in their exchange. As all of you know, BSE has 150 years of legacy, so is the Mumbai port. One moves cargo and BSE moves capital. They have probably listed now over 5,000 to 10,000 companies, raising a couple of lakh crores for the Indian industry for grow and develop. On behalf of the entire board, I welcome all of you, and I thank all my board members, my colleagues. Thank you very much for being here today on a momentous occasion like this. I'd like to recognize all those who have contributed, who have worked hard in these last 30 years of the existence of our organization, beginning from a small office in Mumbai, expanding to over 70 countries and having a presence globally, as you said earlier, one of the greatest accomplishments Indian logistic industry have ever achieved, to be a company of this scale and size. And this is possible only because of the sheer hard work, the tremendous amount of focus, a great teamwork, and forward thinking and accepting the leadership what we have given to all the men and women across the world who have made it happen. I'm so happy and so proud about it, and a big hand of applause to all of them. I don't need to re-emphasize as much the purpose of listing. I think the listing allows the company to make its equity fungible, make its equity available as liquid, as you need to either sell the equity to the market to bring new investors into the company for the growth of the organization. The equity becomes a tool to help management and the team in the organization to benefit from for the growth of the company, the growth of the stock price. The employees can also benefit. That is another reason why the company goes public. And lastly, it is also for promoter families, if they want to reduce their holding for whatever reason or diversify the business into other businesses, it also gives that as an opportunity. More importantly, listing also gives the tremendous amount of credibility to any organization which gets listed, because the process itself is so hard, and the listing doesn't happen that easily unless there is so many criteria that you are able to meet. Subsequent to that, obviously, so much of laws and governance terms and references have comes into play to make sure the company is run well, governed well, has the right strategy, the capital allocation is done properly, and there is a great amount of trust that gets built for the organization once it gets listed. As you see, we have eminent board members who keep a very close engagement with the management, guide them all the time, which law is applicable, which law is not applicable, what are the terms of reference for us to govern the organization. They constantly guide the management team and the promoters to make sure that we are always on the right track. And I'm very happy and very proud to say that Allcargo as a group has an extremely fantastic record. We have no complications with the exchanges, we have no complication with the authorities, we have no court cases of significance, we have zero tax liability. As a matter of fact, we don't get money from the income tax department. And I'm not saying this only in India, I'm talking across the world. So to build an organization and sustainable in nature and very highly governed is something that I'm extremely proud about. Because this is what you call building institutions. And I'm also very proud and happy to say that the organization is no more dependent on me. Any of the 4 public companies that are there today, they don't have to depend on me. I deliberately try and come out of managing the business day to day and making sure that the right kind of a people run the business. Obviously, my eyes and ears are always there. My wisdom, which I acquired over the last 40, 50 years, that I put to the best use of the company, of the people, and it benefits the whole industry as a whole. So that's pretty much what I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. And at the closing, I only like to say that across continent and industries and market, supply chain has become an invisible force. And people have realized what supply chain means post-COVID. COVID time, everybody suffered. Disruptions have happened across the world. Followed that with the Russia war, Ukraine war, and subsequent to that, the tariff, the famous tariff that Mr. Trump has imposed on the world, complicated the supply chain even further. Subsequent to that, now you have the Iran war, that is even adding more stress to the entire supply chain. And China is dominating the world of manufacturing, and nobody likes that. And China behaved also in a manner which is not most people appreciate. So that's why the world feels that there need to be China plus 1, China plus 2, China plus 3. And who's the China plus 1? I think it is India. We have missed the boat a couple of times, but our government is very determined to make sure that we don't miss this time. But things are not possible to happen suddenly, because China has created so much of capacity, so much of R&D, and so much of investment and subsidies that they give to the companies, their companies in China. And in addition to that, they copy all the intellectual discoveries that is made in their country. So obviously China is way ahead, and it is not possible for us to really compete in that sense to China, but we definitely can be very, very close to them in the years to come if we put our acts together, if we make India a great place to do business. I think that is what our government is trying. I think they should try harder. I think we need a lot of reforms still to happen, particularly on the ease of doing business. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome, and our heartiest congratulations and very best to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Shetty, for those inspiring words and for sharing that vision that continues to guide Allcargo Global Limited forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at the most anticipated part of today's ceremony. May I request our beloved founder and chairman, Mr. Shashikaran Shetty, and members of the board to be ready, because very soon we'll have the bell-ringing ceremony through which Allcargo Global Limited will become a public listed entity. Could I request all the gentlemen on stage to please stand? And the audience, the audience should be seated because this is a live telecast. So if everyone stands, people cannot see. But I would request all of us to give a small cheer. So can we cheer for Allcargo? Now for the countdown, please join me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Aarti Shetty, Shloka, Nishika, Shobha ma'am, Mrs. Priya Hegde, PP sir. Suresh, Vasant, please do join us on stage. Sandeep. Mr. Praful Chajet, please do join us. Please, please, please. Sandeep Verma. The bell is rung. Few more times. Let's keep the applause rolling, everyone. Okay. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, could I request you all to please take your seats, because now we are going to proceed with the next segment. We will, of course, have you come up later to ring the bell. Yeah. Okay. Could I please request everyone to take their seats? Could I please request our board of directors to be seated on the first row? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This indeed was a historic milestone that we all took part in. And this milestone would have not been possible without the support of institutions that foster growth and create opportunities for companies to realize their ambitions. I would now like to invite our representative from BSE, Mr. Rudresh Kunde, Chief Product Policy and Strategy, to share a few words.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to all the dignitaries here. It's a privilege to be here today at this special occasion to celebrate the listing of Allcargo Global. But I think before that, there is one more moment to celebrate for the promoter themselves. Exactly around 20 years ago, Allcargo Logistics listed on BSE in this very hall here. It was on June 23rd, 2006, after its IPO. And it was one of the very successful IPOs. I think it got subscribed some 7 to 8 times, is what I know. Actually, for me also, this company is very special because I started my career in listing compliance somewhere. And one of the first companies where I processed the IPO. And today I'm here for the listing of its second demerged entity. So yeah, it's a special thing for me as well. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the management led by Shetty sir, the board of directors, employees, business partners, and most importantly, the shareholders who have been part of this remarkable journey. BSE as a stock exchange plays a far greater role than simply facilitating buy and sell what you see on the screen. For the first, the role is of providing capital formation to startups, to entrepreneurs. That's the primary role of an exchange, right? The second role, of course, is about being a first line of regulator. And as Shetty sir mentioned, any new IPO or a spin-off or any of this corporate action goes through a rigorous process of due diligence, etc. Story of Allcargo Group is also an excellent example for us, as this is a good partnership between an enterprise, a startup, and a capital market coming together. From its entrepreneurial beginnings, the company has grown into a very globally recognized company. Being a listed company, it got access to growth capital, strengthen its financial position, expand globally, enhance its government standards, build long-lasting confidence among customers. So for us also, it's like a very good case study wherein Allcargo or the promoters, they should come forward and make like a case study how the growth capital onboarding on an exchange, etc., has helped the company to grow in the last 20 years, because it's like a 2-decade journey in capital markets. As the journey continued for 20 years, I think the company has given some dividends about almost more than 25 times. Again, it's great for investors, right? Last 20 years, it has given 2 bonus issues. Once a stock split, I think somewhere around 2009, and once a buyback in 2016. So all this possible because of its association with the stock exchange as well. Allcargo Logistics, I think one more to its credit is, it's among the very few companies who have had a demerger, I think for the second time, right? So the first was somewhere in 2023, and this is the second one. So it's joined a league of companies where few of them have been able to successfully spun off their business. Now, a demerger or a spin-off, it reflects an important trend in modern corporate strategy, right? I mean, not everybody goes for a spin-off. A demerger allows each business to pursue its own strategy, own business, with a sharper management focus. It will give you more efficient capital allocation and greater operational agility. From the investor perspective, it also enables investors to evaluate and value each business independently. So that is also a very important factor from an investor perspective. In many cases, a demerger is not actually a division of value. It is a clear expression of value, unlocking true potential of each business for all the stakeholders. Such corporate restructuring, as the promoters also mentioned, is undertaken with a robust regulatory framework designed basically to protect the investor's interest as well. Every scheme of arrangement undergoes multiple layers of scrutiny. including review by the board of directors themselves of the parent company, the audit committees, independent valuation by registered valuers, fairness opinion from SEBI registered merchant bankers, approval from stock exchanges, shareholder approval, NCLT, etc. This basically is to safeguard, ensures, this is like a safeguard for the investors and ensures transparency, fairness, and interest of all stakeholders. It remains at the heart of the process. So maybe slightly a lengthy process, too many approvals, etc. But ultimately, it is for the benefit of the investor, who ultimately supports the parent company as well. BSE has been truly privileged of being associated with Allcargo through its journey as a listed company. And today we are delighted to witness yet another significant milestone in its evolution. On behalf of BSE, I once again congratulate the management, the employees, investors, and every other stakeholder with this landmark occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kunde, for taking us down memory lane. From Allcargo Logistics IPO to now Allcargo Global's listing, it indeed has been a marvelous journey. As we continue the celebration, I now invite Mr. Deepak Shetty, Non-Executive Independent Director, Allcargo Global Limited, and a much celebrated civil servant to please address this gathering.
Respected Mr. Shashikaran Shetty, the founder and executive chairman of Allcargo Global Limited, Mr. Adarsh Hegde, managing director, Mrs. Aarti Shetty, Mr. Rudresh Kunde, the chief of product strategy policy of the Bombay Stock Exchange, all my fellow independent directors on the various boards of the Allcargo Group and its subsidiaries, members of the senior management team of the company, and ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute privilege and pleasure to be here amidst all of you this morning. At the outset, heartiest congratulations, warmest greetings, and my very best wishes to the company, and may it grow from strength to strength, and truly sky is the limit at the end of the day. I mean, you can reach out for the stars. I think aspirations are global, and go for it. This is indeed a red letter day in the annals of the company. Clearly, the very fact that there is a listing of the shares of the company, and as the chairman alluded, there's this fungibility, the availability of the scrips in the market, and it'll be the depth and the width that will command over a period of time. It's truly, truly a memorable occasion. And to me, it's a double delight to be here in my capacity as an independent director. Of course, in my previous avatar as a career civil servant, almost of 37 years vintage, I had the privilege, singularly, of observing at fairly close quarters, particularly in the last 15 years, the trajectory of the Allcargo group. In my capacities as more closely as Additional Director General of Shipping, subsequently as Director General of Shipping, and more recently as Secretary of the Ministry of Shipping before I superannuated, I got to see all of this happening, and I was deeply, deeply impressed. And I don't see that, and I'm not saying this just for, for cosmetic sakes, but I genuinely mean it. And now I get to see it up front and close, being part of the board for the past 8 months and counting. Truly, the company has come of age. I mean, that's a cliche to say that, in terms of being the best, one of the best in class and global scale companies in the logistics and supply chain space, and with a reputation of being one of the best as well as a sustainable brand entity. I think what are some of the USPs, before I just quickly run you through, my perspectives. I think some of this, clearly the unique selling propositions of this entity is the fact that the exemplary vision demonstrated by the founder, and the fact that it's now 35 years probably down the path, the sheer professionalism of the execution led by the management team, and then of course the tenacity and the purpose-driven, value-oriented corporate governance standards the fact that it also stands for stakeholder value proposition apart from shareholder value acquisition. I think innovation, tech-driven solutions, and the customer centrality are clearly some of the guiding principles. Let me just turn over to some of the macros and the micros, particularly since I come from a government background. And I think what is relevant for us to clearly understand and appreciate is that we are truly living in a very momentous, but at the same time, a very tumultuous era. We are, in India, fortunate to be where we are probably the fastest growing economy with clocking a very, very robust GDP of about an average of about 6.7% of annualized growth. And these are stellar numbers. I mean, by any metrics and across the board, all the international multilateral institutions have this to say for this country. We are now at the cusp of, sort of progressing to be the 5th largest economy with a $4.15 trillion GDP in nominal terms. But I think what is of interest and salience for us to understand at this moment in time, let's look at the numbers of international trade. The numbers put out by the World Trade Organization, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, and also the KPMG Global Outlook for Trade. 2025 saw a growth rate in international trade to the tune of around 2.5%. That decelerated courtesy the conflict, war, so to speak, in the Middle East to about 0.6%. The general sense and expectation that it is likely to rise to about 2.5, and come 2027, I think that will see an upward trajectory. And I think all of these agencies have this to say that possibly going forward 27 and beyond, you're looking at international trade numbers to rise to probably pre-COVID levels. So I think that's a sense of optimism that we have to leverage as we go ahead. Why are some of these sort of ups and downs really the volatility that we see, the characteristic? One of the facts is that, as of course has already been alluded to, you have an extremely volatile geopolitical strategic landscape, conflicts and wars. I mean, I again quote the Honorable Prime Minister during his recent visit to the 5 Scandinavian countries. He clearly said to the Indian diaspora, and I quote, that the next decade is going to be a decade of conflicts and wars on the one hand, and also of energy crisis. Of course, this is not to be the party pooper and say that everything is, it's all dim and dark, but I think we need to be mindful and, from a risk management perspective, try and configure some of these elements into our strategies and plans of action as we go along. Tariffs, of course, have been hugely disruptive. The uncertainty enveloping all of that, and more importantly, the rejigging, reorientation of the supply chain networks globally. So these are some of the remarkable attributes. But closer home, when you look at the logistics and supply chain sector, it is estimated to be valued at around $360 billion US, and it's only growing. From a very disaggregated, dispersed, cost-heavy sector, it's now gradually sort of, moving towards an era where there is consolidation, aggregation, and cost effectiveness as we go. This is all riding on the back of systemic reforms, infrastructure push that's happening, digitization of processes, and the booming e-commerce segment. Go back in time, 2017, one of the key pillars of all of this, the traction that we see, is the GST reform, which was now one of the most singular pillars of the economic growth path of the country. Then you have the infrastructure upgrades, the Prime Minister's Gati Shakti National Master Plan. Then you had the Grade A smart warehousing initiatives. Then, of course, on the e-commerce front, you have the quick and the hyper, localization. If you look at the gross order value of the e-commerce segment, it is estimated to be around close to about 1.2 trillion Indian rupees. So that's an opportunity that you look forward to. There's been a great deal of digitization. You have the National Logistics Interface Portal of the Government of India. You look at several other initiatives such as sustainability and green logistics. So clearly on the horizon, what you see is an opportunity-driven economy. And I think what we need to figure out very smartly is to try and configure as to where the opportunities lie, and that's some of the, I think that's been an exceptional trait of this industry, of this company, to try and capture all of that. And I'm sure given the stellar corporate governance track record that it has had consistently over a period of time, it'll be able to ride on the back of all of these highs. Without further ado, may I, before I wind up, again extend my heartiest compliments to all of you and convey my very best wishes. This is an era where I think we will only be able to see accelerated growth, and if we are able to get our act together both nationally and as well as at a corporate level. With that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this opportunity extended to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shetty, for diving deep into your experience and expertise and sharing your valuable insights on this significant occasion. As we're almost about the end of this event, may I invite the one and only Mr. Adarsh Hegde, Managing Director, Allcargo Global Limited, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning. Thank you, Deepak. I think I learned something more today. Probably I always think it is about 30, 32 years, 33 years in this industry, but I think you keep digging in more and get to know more. Thank you so much for that. On behalf of Allcargo Global, it's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. Today's event marks a significant milestone in our journey. And before anything else, I would like to sincerely thank Chairman Mr. Shetty, especially for taking this organization to where we are today. And this is it is not something, it's not a small one like he said, from a very small office to a global network that's been created. And this wouldn't have been possible without a vision, without a dream. So thank you very much. The journey to reach this moment has been built by thousands of people as well who have supported him, and that cannot be left. So thank you to all of them who are here and who are across the world. A sincere thanks to BSE. It is great to know that you've been a part of Allcargo for very, very long. I felt like a family man speaking here on the dais as well. So thank you very much, Durgeshji. It always feels something special about celebrating a new chapter at an institution that has been a witness to India's entrepreneurial and economic journey for generations. Dalal Street, as they say always, right? has helped finance India's growth, and I hope logistics has helped enable it in some form. Capital and connectivity are two sides of the same economic story, making the listing of our Allcargo Global at BSE all the more meaningful. To our shareholders and investors, which we cannot forget, thank you for your confidence and trust. Every investment ultimately is a belief in the organization, people, strategy, and execution. And we deeply value that trust and remain committed to creating and sustainable long-term value. To our customers, which we can't forget, across the world, thank you for choosing us as your logistics partner. In our business, trust is earned shipment by shipment, commitment by commitment, day after day. Your confidence in us has been the key driver of our growth. So a big thank you to all our customers across the globe. To our partners, agents, carriers, and suppliers across the globe network, thank you for being a part of our journey. Special thank you to all the board members, including Chairman Mr. Shashikiran Shetty, Aarti Shetty, Vaishnav, who is not here, Kaiwan, Dinesh Lal, Deepak Shetty, Professor Chavan, and all the board members, including Praful Bhai, all our colleagues from other Allcargo entities, Allcargo Terminal, Allcargo Logistics, and Trans-India, who are all here with their team members, and this shows a strong show of support. Thank you, Jatin. A very happy birthday to you. Lots of good wishes. And what an opportunity. Standing on the dais and wishing you, Jatin. This is unbelievable. Something like what the chairman said, God sent. No, you've been a great, strong pillar of this organization. Wish you all the good health and good wishes. Thank you, Suresh, Ketan, Ram, Puneet, Indrani. Seeing all of you today truly reinforces the fact that we are one Allcargo. Importantly, I want to thank all the team members across the globe. Every milestone we celebrate as a company is ultimately the result of the people who show up every day with commitment, resilience, ownership, and passion. The world today sees this listing. But what many don't see is the countless hours spent serving customers, solving problems, managing disruptions, moving cargo across continents, and ensuring that every promise are delivered. That's the commitment of what has truly built Allcargo Global. To every member of Allcargo family, across functions, locations, and time zones, the achievement belongs to all of you. One of the things that I've learned in logistics is no shipment moves because of a single person. It takes a lot of efforts. It takes an immense teamwork, all working together with one objective. And the same is true for today's milestone. The listing is an outcome of collective effort, teamwork, and belief. And this, of course, was led by our chairman. Maybe I'm repeating it, but Kaiwan, a special mention of Ravi Jakar, who is not here, and of course, all our board members for leading this conviction to get this listed. So thank you to all of you. Can't forget the secretarial team and the marketing and communication team for their planning, for making this event a great success. Thank you, guys. The bell has been rung. The milestone is being celebrated, while our team across the world will do what they do every day. Move cargo, secure more cargo, serve customers, and deliver on promise. And that's exactly how we intend to build the next chapter of Allcargo Global. Thank you all, but last but not the least, I also want to thank my family. I would say our family, who have stood by us all through. So thank you to all of you, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adarsh Hegde, for that lovely, heartwarming speech. But this is just not the end. We still have one last segment left. Could I please call upon Mr. Rudresh